Brews and Banter.
Hi, Frank.
Hey, Roman, how are you?
I'm doing great. Happy to be back in the studio. Seems like it's been a while.
It's been a while. It's a little warmer than it's been last time.
Yes. Well, I don't know. But we have another guest with us today.
Yes.
Someone local. And go ahead, introduce yourself, and then we'll go from there.
My name is Jen Johnson. I am the owner and only employee at Fearless Fitness, LLC, which is at 60 and a half Oswego Street in the village of Baldwinsville. And I have been in the current location for about 7 years. I've been a trainer for 12 years. And I'm happy to be here and talk about the business.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Jen, you can bring the mic a little closer.
Okay.
And it's adjustable, so if you...
You can swing this. You can do.
Yeah, like...
If you're comfortable, yeah.
And if you can, like, lift it up if you want it. It's up to you.
This.
Is that close enough?
Yeah.
You can do this,
All right.
too.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever you want.
All right.
So, yeah, you're right down the street from us, really. I mean,
Yeah.
you could have walked there, I suppose.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, it's a little cold.
You probably get too much exercise during the day. Like, I don't want to walk anymore.
No, I actually, it's funny because I do work out during the week, but, mostly I just stand around telling people what to do. So.
You work out before your gym opens, or?
I work out when I have time, usually between clients if I have an hour or two. I can even squeeze in a workout in half an hour if I need to, but I try to lift 3 or 4 times a week at least.
So, for 7 years, you've had this business?
Yes, Fearless Fitness has been in existence for 9 years. I was across the street for the first 2 years next to that hair place. And then they wanted to expand and take over that room that I was renting, and I just moved across the street. But I have been Fearless Fitness for 9 years, and I've been training for 12. I started out at No Mercy, which is no longer there, and then I was at Riverside, and then doing some private training. And then finally, after a long and arduous process, I decided I was going to get my own place. And It's been the best decision I've ever made.
And why Fearless?
Because I find that in all the places that I've worked, that mostly women, but not just women, but there are people who are intimidated by the gym. A lot of women are afraid to go to a big gym because they feel like they're intimidated. People are watching them. There's guy trainers who, they can't really relate to, and people just don't like that type of environment. And it kind of can be prohibitive if you're trying to, improve your health or anything, improve your strength. And so even when I was working in larger gyms, I wanted people. It was mostly women in the beginning, but I want all people to know that no matter what level of fitness you are, don't be afraid to start. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to, it's your time and you're paying for that. So you have as much right as anybody else to be in there, and just ignore the meatheads, They never bothered me. I've been lifting since I was 19, and I would usually ask people questions, and it never bothered me to lift heavy around other people. So
when I had my first job at 16, I started earning money. I got my first gym membership. I know the intimidation. Like when I first stepped into the gym, I was like, do I go change in the locker room now? Like, or do I come in like dressed and
Like the
start
etiquette.
working out? Like, what do I do? Like, I didn't know, like, you get intimidated because everybody's like jacked and they're all like working really hard. Somebody's screaming in the corner because they're just intense. And you just get, I remember that intimidation.
yeah.
And then so you came out with the name Fearless, and is it primarily for women or?
It's for everybody, really. And when I started, it was when I was at No Mercy Fitness. I was basically taking over for another trainer who had left there, and they were without a trainer for 6 weeks. And I was a little surprised because my biggest fear in becoming a trainer and finally working someplace was, oh my God, I'm going to be training like athletes and supermodel type people. And that was not the case at all. And most of my clients were older women. You're talking like 50 plus who, hadn't worked out in forever. Life got in the way. They had other things happening, and they decided they were going to do something for themselves. And it's kind of stayed the same, but another thing with the intimidation is I want people to, if they have a disability, unfortunately I'm not wheelchair accessible, but I have worked with someone who uses a walker. I have a client that's got cerebral palsy, and those are the type of people that don't want to go to a big gym. Right. They're going to be too afraid of that. So it's a lot of one-on-one attention, and it's private. So it's a good location for something like that.
Perfect. Yeah.
And you do private lessons only, or?
I have been doing mostly one-on-one training. It's half-hour sessions, so it's just me and the client in the gym. It's a small space, but it's very well equipped. And then when COVID hit, it was at first, it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I found that if I rented the space out, because all the other gyms were closed, legally I was allowed to stay open. I checked on the governor's website, and because I'm owner and sole proprietor and the only person that works in there, I basically told my clients, I said, look, I will be here. If you guys want to come in, I will leave that up to you. If you don't feel safe, then stay home. If you want to come in, I'm going to clean everything. Every time someone's in here, we're going to wear masks. We're going to distance. And then I had some people that, because all the other gyms were closed, they wanted to come in earlier in the morning and get their work in before work. And so that actually probably saved my butt during COVID.
Sure, yeah. Because then they're just by themselves, right?
Yeah. I just had to sit in the back and, insurance. So I would sit in the back and read a book or something. And if they had any questions, I was there, but they would just do their thing and then...
Now, is this free weights and cardio and everything?
Free weights and cables, and I have like medicine balls, kettlebells. I actually don't do cardio in the half hour unless it's a little bit of boxing or kickboxing, which I love, and it's a great stress reliever. And once. Especially the women. When the women start hitting on stuff, it's like
a lot of pent-up anger with these women. Our wives are the same way.
I remember those. I remember those videos. Taibo, is it?
Yeah.
With Billy Banks.
Yes.
Yes, Billy Banks.
Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks.
Think,
Yeah, Billy Blanks got lots of bank, probably.
Yeah.
But I remember buying one of his DVDs, and I was doing it at home, and I'm like, God, this is too easy. The instructor that I had when I took kickboxing, because I did it for 4 years, she was a black belt in karate. And it wasn't just the bouncing cardio stuff. We did do that, but she taught us how to fight. And that's another funny thing about the name Fearless is that I get people that start the boxing and they're afraid to like hit it, and I'm like, no, hit it as hard as you can. Like
try to break it.
Yeah, you're wearing gloves. Like imagine you're putting a hole through it, and then once that clicks, they're like, oh, okay, and then
hit
they
like
just,
what mats, pads, or hit.
I have a punching bag.
Okay.
I have one of the wall mounted machines now. That's my new toy where they light up.
Oh, I saw those.
The one that tells you the power.
Yeah,
No.
We hit it like
It's got like multiple lights, right?
Mine, I don't think tells you the power, but it keeps count of how many times you hit it, and you can just do it as long as you feel like it. So I get some people that just keep going and going. I'm like, my next client's coming in a minute. So
I saw this. So I wanted to always try it. It's like it's a board on the wall and it's got lights.
Didn't we hit this thing at Bourbon Street or something? Don't people do this when they're hammered? Like at these bars, like they have it's just like a little freestanding thing, and you hit it and folds in.
No. That's not what it is. It's a board that's hanging on the wall, and it's got multiple lights, and you're standing in ready position. When the light lights up, they're random, and you have to hit that light. So if you're timing,
you're hitting the light. You're not hitting the bag.
No.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
except this has, I think, 5, and they're
Okay.
pads, and you have to hit it hard enough for it to register.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. So
I thought it was that thing you're talking about where you hit it and the bag folds up.
No, you're talking about like amusement parks. They have those things.
Yeah, so that's my new toy.
Yeah, great.
So yeah,
and that one is popular.
it is. I got it as an early Christmas present, so I got it on the wall. I have it in the back. I'm hoping it doesn't drive the people that live above the gym crazy because there's an apartment up there, and I'm like, where's the best place I can hang this without driving everyone nuts? But
Do you have like a brick wall, or are the walls framed like your standard construction?
they're framed.
They're framed?
They're framed.
I was just wondering if there's a brick wall hanging on that one.
Yeah, I know. And there's not. There's not. I'm right next door to Hosta King, and I was like, oh God, I can't put it just to their wall, or they're gonna hate me.
Just make sure nothing on their wall that could fall off.
I know. They have so little space in there, and plants just everywhere.
Is this connected to? So is there space between that and Mohegan Manor?
There's a little alleyway there
Okay.
that Mark, who owns Hosta King, he actually will bury bulbs and stuff in there.
Okay.
And it's kind of cool because I suck at plants. I'm terrible at plants. So I see him and Heather always out there just doing their thing, and they get these massive deliveries, and I'm like, and then in the summertime it's great because they put all these pretty plants outside the gym, and I'm like, oh, it's so cool.
And you don't have to do anything.
I know. It's like, look, my gym's all decorated. It's great.
So your lessons are mostly one-on-one, and then you said
Yes.
you have people that freely just come in on their own, they train, or is it now after COVID it's strictly to by appointment only?
I have posted on Facebook that I do offer renting the gym. I haven't really had anybody take me up on it recently, but it is available. I have very few people that come in for half-hour workouts on Saturdays. So if people wanted to work out on the weekend, that would be perfect. But as of right now, I don't have any.
And you said earlier you were worried about working with athletes or something like that, but are any of your clients currently an athlete or working on strength building because of the sport they're playing?
Nope, not specifically. I have worked with some younger people who are into various sports. I had one girl that, she played volleyball, softball, I think basketball, and her brother did too. He played basketball. But no adult athletes, a few kid athletes. But yeah, and they're fun.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Yeah.
So
I have a friend, he's a physical therapist, but he has a background in training athletes. So he will put a tailored program based on what you're training for, whether it's going to be a marathon or cycling or fight coming up or, anything like that. Or he gets a lot of like softball players or basketball players, and he can analyze each athlete, where their weaknesses, where their strengths are, and then set up a program based on that. So I was just wondering if you've ever worked or done anything like similar to that.
Not quite that detailed.
Okay.
Yeah, sports is not a something that I've specialized in.
Yeah.
There are courses for that.
Yeah.
I was certified through ISSA, which is the International Sports Sciences Association, and they do have classes for that. And I thought about it, but they started offering classes. The last one I took was functional aging, because the aging population is one of the fastest growing populations in the United States, and it's most important for them to not be a fall risk, and also to maintain their health and their muscle tone, and we're all getting older, and so balance, flexibility, which are important for everybody, but especially so for those that are aging. And I find that that's most of my clientele, and that's what I've been studying. So.
And strength is important for balance, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like there are some older folks who have lost strength in their legs. Now it's so much difficult for them to balance or just like get off the chair and not fall forward.
Exactly.
So all those muscles in your feet, your legs, kind of help out with balance. And I know because I have family members who are older and they're struggling with that too. So it's all about. And I tell them it's never too late.
It isn't too late.
Like you're 80, but just go socialize, lift some 2.5 pound
Even
weights.
stretching, just get some stretching in or something,
Yeah, absolutely. The oldest client I ever trained was 79.
Nice.
And that was at Riverside back when Riverside was there. And I think the youngest I trained was 11. With parental permission and all that stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I have some clients that are still with me from my No Mercy days. So they've been with me for 12 years.
Wow.
I think I have 5 or 6 people that are still with me, even from back then.
Nice.
Did you offer any nutrition plans or anything like this? Or
I took a nutrition course after taking the initial personal training course. It was probably the most difficult one that I took. There was a lot of memorization. And everybody's different. So I don't like to prescribe any type of real diet or program. I've had people ask me about it, but we kind of all know what we need to be doing.
Right.
It's like try not to eat too much processed stuff, watch your portion size, and all that. And we're going to screw up. I mean, I have, not to be TMI or anything, but I have just gone through menopause in the last year. I'm gaining some weight. I did a bodybuilding show back in 2005. I was in phenomenal shape, but we're all getting older, and this is what happens. And I like food.
Food likes me.
Want to enjoy my food. And so, I've learned, I used to be a hardcore gym rat. I was there 5-6 days a week. And in my old age, I'm like, it's I can still lift. It's more important for me to be strong. It's not about what you look like, really.
Sure.
And it's just your health and your strength. And eat as healthy as you can. And you're going to screw up, and your weight's going to fluctuate. And I think the most important thing is just not to stress about it.
Yeah.
You did bodybuilding show, like where you go on stage and do the whole. I don't know the moves, but
The posing.
Show us what you think they look like. Demonstrate. That's like handcuffs.
Close. I did one competition.
Nice. And what year was that?
That was 2005.
2005.
I'd already had my kids.
I have a friend. Do you know a girl named Mila?
No.
She's into bodybuilding, and same thing. I think she's been doing it for a long time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's done like bodybuilding and maybe some modeling. I mean, she's got a day job, but that's something she was passionate about.
Mm-hmm. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
It eats all your time, really. I mean, the dedication alone is pretty intense.
And it's expensive. Mm-hmm. And tanning. I did not like tanning. That was probably my...
Oh, you have to be? Like specific skin tone?
No, you just have to get as tan as you can. Because the tanner you are, the better it'll show your muscles. And
I see the contrast with lighting.
And the oil. You get all the oil.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a little secret about the bodybuilding thing. Because somebody asked me... I do a Q&A every Friday on my Facebook business page. And one of my friends asked if I had any wild stories about bodybuilding, and I'm like, not really a wild story, but Pam cooking spray. So that was what we used backstage to be all shiny when we got on stage. And it was disgusting
Shiny.
because you have all these hot lights and you smell like you're frying. So
I was going to say the smell.
Especially if you have to go tanning with Pam on.
Oh, it was terrible.
The judges are like, oh, man.
Anybody else hungry?
But like, I only did it once and had never done it before. And I walked back there and there's like cans of Pam everywhere. And it's just like, this is so weird.
That is interesting.
I'm like, are we supposed to spray this on? I'm like,
Well, you can get your back by yourself.
Oh my God. Yeah, everybody's spraying each other down with Pam. And I'm like, this is just...
So why
God.
specifically Pam? Why couldn't you use any type of like other oils?
I had thought it was maybe baby oil, but that's like mineral oil, and that will actually absorb right into your skin.
Well, it's just messy too. Spray is air.
Oh yeah.
Pam is an aerosol, like a psh,
Yeah, but baby oil will just lose its shine pretty rapidly, I guess. So, and you still need a couple different. You need a few applications.
Can't find those anymore. P Diddy, I think, bought them all.
What?
Baby oil.
P Diddy.
Oh, jeez.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Right? Isn't that?
Yeah, well, that's not what you said, though, right? Did you say P Daddy?
No, I said P Diddy.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear you first. So yeah, I see what you're talking about. So that's what. Yeah, that's why Pam was available.
Yeah,
she's probably been doing it that long anyway.
Yeah. Stocking up. But I always thought it was like how they use for massage, like masseuse they use the oil. I thought always it was something like that. Maybe it was like scented nice too, so it doesn't
like an essential oil.
No, no, it was not like that.
You guys are all back there spraying Pam.
So what happens? Does it dry up and you're sticky? Like, does Pam dry up like that, or does it go away?
God, I don't even remember. It was
I'm gonna go home and spray Pam on myself.
Yeah, test it out, and then
report back.
And then here's another good one. The hardest thing to get definition in when you're doing bodybuilding is your abs. I mean, it's just it's so much work. The only time I've ever had abs that tone was when I did bodybuilding, and that was 4 months of dieting and everything. So the trick with that was to put Preparation H cream on your abs because it would shrink the tissue.
Really?
And as you go further into your training and you get closer to the show, you would drink water, but then you would gradually kind of dehydrate yourself. And then as you did that and you put the Preparation H on, it was supposed to like
Interesting.
tighten up your stomach, and it worked.
I'd come in and be like, what the fuck are all these smells? Yeah, Preparation Pam, like all these.
Can those two mix, or they start sizzling?
Yeah, there's gonna be like a reaction.
So, what are the regulations, like rules, like what can you do before you get on stage and cannot do?
Oh, jeez, God. Let me think. It was... I don't know if there were any rules specifically. They would.
Can you like shoot anything up?
You
Any injections that are
could. The show that I was in was actually not a natural show. So you were allowed to use steroids. I did not use steroids. I have never had any desire, and I was like, I'm probably never going to do this again in my whole life. So
I can tell by your voice you didn't use steroids.
Oh yeah, thank you.
No, thank you.
So it was, yeah. I mean, I don't know what people were doing, but I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. And the guy that was prepping me for the show, who has since moved to Florida, and he's got to be in his 60s now. He's probably still doing it. He competed for a long time. He was great, but yeah, he was like, we all pretty much do steroids. I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured, but I'm not going to do it.
That's
You're
okay,
like,
sure.
no shit.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious.
For some people, you want to do it, you do it. Some people that don't, you don't. And for you, it's the personal gratification of being able to compete and getting there.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Do you think there's? I mean, not do you think? Are there categories like a non-steroid body versus steroid?
It's either a natural show or a free-for-all show.
Oh, okay.
If it's a natural show, then no steroids are allowed, and I believe they test you for that. But there
No
was
steroids allowed within like duration before the show, or
that I do not know.
because I mean you can do steroids months before, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly do not know how long they stay in your system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember when I was at the competition, I was backstage, and I went into the ladies' dressing room, and I thought there was a guy in there with a wig on. I was like, sounded like a guy. There were a couple other girls doing your hair, and it was a woman, and she had been on steroids for so long that I seriously thought it was a guy.
Yeah.
Change her voice.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. No, it's not.
Some guys go opposite. They sound like this.
Yeah, steroids.
I never understood that.
Oh, they just mess with your.
Because I think your balls shrink.
Oh,
Yeah, they probably do.
Yeah, someone told me.
and I think your abs is the most difficult one because that's like the stopping point for all the fat. It's like
Yeah.
everything just goes here, and then it's like, all right, the asshole's tight, so we can't go any further.
And like calves. Calves are very tough to develop, right? Calf muscles?
Not necessarily. They can be only because we use them all the time. They're already pretty strong. Most people's calves are pretty strong. It's just getting that definition in them. And there's like very specific exercises. I mean, for every muscle group. But yeah, some calf exercises. I mean, I still find weird exercises. I get these reels on Facebook, and every once in a while I'll test out. I'll be my own guinea pig, and I'll try some things. I'll be like, oh yeah, I can make my clients do that, and then I'll be like, oh god, no, my clients can't do that. No, they'll kill me if I make them do that.
Yeah.
Your clients would appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
But so your clients basically are for maintenance and self-care. Right now, you're not. A lot of your clients are not going into these competitions. Or
Oh
anything.
no.
Right.
No, they're just trying to get through their ordinary everyday tasks and in an easier way. They just want to be able to get through their lives. And I had one woman a few years back who said that all she really wanted was to be able to carry a 40-pound container of cat litter up her driveway.
Good.
Get it in her house.
Yeah.
And you work those moves.
Yeah. I do have 40-pound dumbbells.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then, so you must just offer different plans. Like, how does it work for you? Like, is it tailored to everybody and their individual needs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Depending on their fitness level, their physical issues. I always ask if there's any injuries, surgeries, chronic conditions. I have a lot of people that have had joint replacements, hip replacements, knee, shoulder. If they have an operation like that, they have to get cleared. They have to go through physical therapy. They have to get cleared by a doctor until they can come back and see me. So sometimes people will take a little hiatus and they'll be gone for a couple months. I just had some people come back. It was weird. They came back all at once, but some of them had been gone for a couple of years and had been through some stuff. And they're kind of starting from scratch. And, I have... they come back and they feel bad because they're like, well, oh no, I can't jump into this like I did before. And I'm like, it's okay. You just do what you can do. We're starting at square one. We'll figure out where you're at, and then we'll slowly build on that.
Yeah.
And I do that with everybody. So if there's anything I need to avoid, I need to know about it. Again, surgeries, anything like that. I just need to know what their health history is beforehand. Yeah. And anytime they have any questions or have a concern, I just say, just tell me. Just speak up. Don't be afraid to talk to me, and we'll figure it out.
I think it's important, too, for for people to know their limitations. You know, like just because you feel like you can push or you can do a little bit more, kind of like listen to your body, right? Sometimes our ego or our adrenaline pushes us to avoid those warnings.
Yes.
And I think it's always important. I tell people to like, I'm in martial arts, so I always say, just because you see that person does it so well, you don't have to be like that right away. Just let's find your strength, your ability. Let's work on that, and then you'll get to that, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, that guy's got a lot of preparation H. You don't need that.
and some spam.
Not spam.
Pam.
Spam. Oh,
Maybe-
you used to do rubbing spam
Oh
on.
God.
Maybe he used the spam oil.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
That doesn't dry up.
No. In fact, it's got a nuclear shelf life of about 150 years.
He'll be shiny for years.
So you mentioned insurance earlier. So how does that work? You need to have some sort of release for anybody coming in? I mean, I know once the people, if they have an injury or some sort of surgery, you need that sort of documentation. But anybody coming in, how do you protect yourself if someone gets hurt in your gym from something
okay.
they were doing? Like not tripping and falling. I'm saying like an exercise.
Right. I'm an LLC, so I think if anybody decided they were going to sue me, I just have insurance for the gym. Like I don't need it for individual people or anything like that. So I renew it every year.
Yep.
And I use a local person, which is nice because he's a friend of mine. And I get to, it's the renewal process is fairly easy.
Sure.
But yeah, that's just to my hope is always that nobody will get injured.
Right.
I mean, I tell people that safety is my number one concern. And 12 years, I don't think I did make someone throw up.
Too much spam and Pam and
I don't think he was feeling too well when he came.
That was. I bet he ate before the workout.
I think he was hungover.
Same
Honestly,
thing.
he came in with some Powerade. And,
Dead giveaway. You got Powerade, you're hungover. Yeah.
And we got to the end of the workout, and he just was white.
Yeah.
And he luckily he made it to the bathroom at least. But the goal is not for anybody to get injured. It could happen, obviously. I think I had asked about waivers to sign. Apparently, those are kind of useless. So I don't have them. I don't have people sign a contract. I just ask that they give me as much notice as possible if they need to cancel. But yeah, anytime anybody feels uncomfortable, I want them to be able to speak up. And that's also a part of the fearless is finding your voice. Don't be afraid to speak up. If you feel like I'm pushing you too hard and you need to stop, tell me. Because my job is not to, ride you into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want you to be tired enough by the end of the half hour that you feel like you've done something. You're probably going to be sore for a few days. But I really don't want people throwing up or passing out or anything like that.
I understand. I just didn't know if there was some extra rider you had to have, because of what you're doing. But
Right.
I would just have him sign one thing. If you throw up, you have to clean up.
yeah.
Luckily, in 12 years, it's only happened once. So far. I say that now. Yes, I say that.
That's funny. So you said no contract. Is there some kind of a program that they're signing up for? So you're kind of expecting them to be back for 90 days, 6 months?
A length of time of some sort of term?
Nope, it's by the session. So each half-hour session is $25. So usually people will buy 10 for $250. There's discounts if you buy more. If people want to just test it out, try it. I usually run a few sales during the year. I'm running one right now, which I'll get to in a minute. But you can do 5 for $125, and that way you can see if it's okay for you, and then you can renew them. You can renew any time. It's basically just buying more sessions. You don't have to use them the same time or day every week. It's very, very flexible. This is my only job. So if you say, hey, I'm going on vacation, it's spring break, I'm going to Florida for a week or two, hey, I'll see you later, text me when you get back, and we'll put you back in the schedule. So it's fun because not only do I love what I do in itself, but it's my schedule changes every week. I never have the same week twice. It's just I get to meet all kinds of new people. So when people run out of their sessions, they just buy more. And
how do you go on vacation?
I don't. I shouldn't
This
say
is
that.
it right here. This is the vacation.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. I have been on a couple short vacations in the last year and a half. I just moved in with my boyfriend I moved in July of last year, and then he had to finish his lease, so he moved in August. And he is an IT guy, but he also sings in barbershop quartets.
Yeah.
And so he travels and does competitions with some friends of his. And we've been to Pennsylvania. We've gone to Lake George. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
Is he good?
he's very good, yes.
Are there like YouTube videos we can look it up?
Yeah, there might be. And I have recorded some of their stuff on my phone. So I don't know if you want to watch it after, but
Off camera. We don't want to embarrass him.
they are very good. And I have to. I'm glad he's not listening to this right this second, but I have to. This would totally embarrass him. But when I met him, he was about 440 pounds, and he has lost about 80 to 85
Wow.
in the last year.
Great.
Good for
Working
him.
out with you?
Working out and also diet.
Yeah.
We started going grocery shopping together. Yeah, so he's gotten some counseling. He's been talking to a dietitian for the last
Yeah.
year. I'm so proud of him. He's done incredibly well, and he was able to zip up his 2X leather jacket the other day, which was one of his goals. So
It's also important to have someone supportive as well.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
sometimes when you're by yourself, you lose motivation or the drive, and I find people who have incredible these comeback stories. It's after they hit either rock bottom or really faced something bad, and then they building themselves back up from it. But that's awesome that he has accomplished that.
And it's so expensive to eat healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, our country is so backwards. You can
is.
buy all this shit food really cheap, and then it just raises healthcare, and then we're kind of in this vicious circle here.
Exactly. And I told him right off the bat, I said, first of all, if I start nagging you, let me know, because that's not what I want to do, because I can lean that way a little bit. But I said, I want you to be able to do this and not feel like you're being totally deprived.
Yep.
I'm like, this isn't about taking away everything that you like to eat.
And it's a slow process, yeah.
Yeah, and it's slow. And he knew that going in. His doctor was actually pushing gastric bypass. And he kept telling him no, he wouldn't do it. And I said, that's probably a good decision.
Is that the one with a staple or something?
Yeah.
I've met some people that have done that.
Oh, I know people that have done it, and they pretty much gained it all back.
After many years, right?
I had some friends that gained it back within a couple years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Do you guys do any meals or anything like that?
Not specifically,
Like
but
meal plans?
we when we go shopping, we think of stuff that we like to make on a regular basis. We like shrimp and pasta. Every once in a while, we get chicken riggies from Sal's. And it's nice because my schedule, I come home in the middle of the day, and I make lunch for both of us, just something quick and easy. And that way, he is able to eat something before dinner, which he used to just work right through. He works from home. He would just sit there and work, and he's sitting all day. And now he can come downstairs and have some lunch, and that way he's not binging at dinner time. And he does grab some stuff on the fly with his practices for his course and everything. But he's, I told him diet was going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I've been trying to lose weight too, and you can't see I'm hiding it under the sweatshirt.
We're all trying to lose weight. It's like perpetual.
Yeah.
I've
we are.
I've done those meals that are they're prepped and frozen. You just throw them in the microwave. And the challenge for me has been the portion is smaller than I would like to eat. So I still want something. So instead of eating more of that of full meal, I would just have a banana or yogurt, maybe baby carrots with little cherry tomatoes, something else just to chew on to kind of satisfy. And so that's been helpful. So I've done 14 or 16 pounds I lost before the holidays. Then I gained then I'm working my.
Because of that refrigerator, that's why.
Yeah, well,
The beer vault, that's what it is.
Yeah. Drinking beer, you kind of have to stay healthy. But that's great for him. We're happy for him. That's awesome.
Yeah, you mentioned something about ongoing sale.
Yes. Oh, yes. For the month of February, I am doing a first-timer sale. So it's anybody who's new, who is not already a client of mine. I did it last year, and it was pretty successful. So it's 5 sessions for $100. So you save $25. But it's a nice way to just kind of sample it and see if it's right for you and see if I'm too annoying or not. And I always tell people, I'm like, well, at least I'm funny. I think I'm funny. But we have a good time there. You know, I'm not one of those yelling, screaming trainers. And it's laid back. It's casual. It's yeah, I mean, people can wear whatever they want. They can bring their drinks. I'm like, just don't wear heels. You know, that would be bad. Yeah, but we laugh a lot.
Yeah.
We tell jokes. We tell stories. We have a good time. It's like a little mini therapy session, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'll show up in the tutu.
Okay.
Oh, that's you. I don't know if I'd show up on anything.
After I lose 20 more pounds.
Still wouldn't matter to me. I'd do it.
How many people can the gym hold? Like, how big is it? Like, if there were multiple people working out at once?
I would say the maximum I've had in there is 3 at one time. I have a mom and her 2 teenage daughters. One of the daughters has come back with the mom, and the other daughter will be joining them, I think, in a few weeks. It gets a little chaotic. I prefer 2 max. I really like the one-on-one, but sometimes, 2 people want to come in, friends, couples, whatever. And, sometimes I'll just get them to interact with each other. I'll say, here, throw this medicine ball back and forth and, be nice. But
does everybody that come in, do they all work with you, or can someone just come in on their own and sort of do their own thing for a half hour, maybe while you're working with someone else?
That kind of takes away from the privacy of it.
Yeah.
A lot of the people that are working with me one-on-one want to have that time to themselves and without the distractions and stuff. So, so it's either you can rent it and be there by yourself, or you can come in and do the private session. But yeah, because again, it's the intimidation thing, and you don't want somebody in the background because you're always gonna feel like they're watching you. Even if they're not. But.
No, I get it.
Even when I've done physical therapy, like I've gone to see my friend for my plantar fasciitis, and sometimes I had like knee problems or rehab after like a run or something, and he has me do exercise. I don't know, I feel like maybe somebody's watching. If not, he will yell across like, Roman, your exercise looks like shit from back here. Like, you need to do better. And he'll say it in front of people. Or he'll like curl me up like a pretzel on the table and lean on top of me. And there's like another patient here, and then he's like, oh yeah, Roman, you like that? You like that? I'm like, dude.
Nice.
Oh my God.
You just got that kind of sense.
Man, I feel like I gotta get some dollars out here now.
Yeah, you're just gonna get hurt just to be there.
I know. Yeah.
Is this how you guys joke around in the gym?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I might be the only one, but anytime I pick up those medicine balls, I just think like, man, dodgeball with this.
I know.
Oh my God.
I know. That would be a surprise.
Like, do people, like, do others get the same feeling when they pick up the medicine?
Yeah, but you're only gonna be able to throw it like 4 feet, right?
Well, it depends on how many pounds it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I have a 5, an 8, and a 10.
Knock the feet from underneath someone.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So at least you have fun doing it, and you have these people, and you kind of have the interaction. So there's privacy, there's fun, you're flexible. Yeah. And now there's a sale.
And now there's a sale.
Do you think you'll have someone that you can kind of like rely on to work with your clients while you go on vacation?
I will usually just shut down, and
Really?
I've never gone for more than a few days.
Yeah.
Right now, I am hoping that maybe we can get away on a vacation because I know, I like my job, I like vacations, but Tim, my boyfriend, definitely needs a vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he works way too hard.
Well, a cruise is like 7-10 days,
I know.
So like get somebody covered, even if they get 50%, at least you've made something.
And they got a gym on it. They got a workout room. So
on the ship,
cruise ship.
Yes. No, I don't. It's funny because a lot of my clients will tell me like, you need to go take a vacation, and I'm like, where? I mean, there's a lot of places I'd like to go, but
Yeah.
and we will. There's some barbershop things coming up soon.
Yeah, it's nice. So you get to do a little bit of local travel, or not so much. I mean, even out of state, but you're not going to California.
No, No,
Yeah.
we are going to New Hampshire, I think, in May, and then this will be exciting. There's one guy in one of the quartets who is from Arizona, and he will actually fly out here to practice with Tim and 2 other people from Pennsylvania, but he is the head of the West Coast, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Barbershop's a big thing. I didn't realize it was
Yeah.
that big. And they are going to Hawaii
Ooh.
next year for a convention, I think. And Tim's like, well, Adam wants us to go. And I'm like, hell yeah, we're going.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And you're making vacation out of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Nice.
And,
More than 2 days.
yeah, but Tim was like, well, I might be busy doing, and I'm like, I don't care. I'll find something to do.
That's right.
I'll find something to do.
I've gone with my wife to like some conferences for her like continuing education. And I'm like, we're in a hotel. There's a pool. There's a bar. I'll hang out here. You do your thing, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll meet up later.
Because those things are like 8 hours during the day, right? So
Yeah, we're adults. We can entertain ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, we're adults, but sometimes we do
Well, I
shit we
don't
shouldn't
know.
be doing.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm not an adult when we're hanging out.
Yeah. Well. I don't know what to say about that, Roman.
You don't have to say anything.
I don't know how you feel about that.
All right.
Anyway,
Don't be shy in front of Jennifer.
I'm not shy.
Yeah.
I said I'm going to show her Jim naked. How shy is that?
Well, saying and acting on it is completely different.
All right.
Jeff, are you originally from Baldwinsville or you moved here like a while back?
I am originally from Clay area. I went to CNS, graduated in 1990. I was born in New Jersey. I try to avoid it as much as possible. I still have some family in New Jersey, and my mom actually just moved back here from New Jersey. But yeah, I pretty much grew up. I never really left. When I met my now ex-husband, he lived in Syracuse up near the university area. I was still living with my mom in Clay, and I moved in with him, and I'm still kicking around.
Yeah.
So you're from Central New York.
Yeah.
Oh,
Homegrown.
I'm the outsider.
Yeah.
where are you from?
Ooh.
Another world, like a different planet, apparently.
I'm Armenian, but I lived in Azerbaijan. Then I lived in Russia. Then I moved to the States. Lived in Utah, Massachusetts. Now I'm here.
Nice.
Yeah. Every time my wife and I would go somewhere and someone asks, where are you from? And my wife is like, oh, okay, you have time.
I know, like, here we go.
I summarized it. But yeah, I moved from Boston here in 2007.
Cool.
And best decision ever. I love Boston. It's beautiful city. It's it's cliche. Everybody says this melting pot. Of so many people from different countries, students, so many colleges. So it kind of brings people from around the world in there. Rich history. I love it. I like Boston more than New York City. And I just can't live there. The traffic drives me crazy. Road rage. It's a really fast-paced living lifestyle. It's just cost of living too. It's just like from one job to another, and it was too much. You get burnt out. Here, it took me a little bit to adjust because my wife would be like, "Calm down, you're not in a hurry." Because over there, like the light turns green and you want to turn right away.
Yeah.
Here it's like, don't do that. And there were times when I almost got in a car accident, and you're sitting in traffic in Boston. There's like no shoulders because every little space a car can pass, they pass. Here, every time I'm like, shoulders open, I just go on the shoulder, and my wife's like, you can't do that here.
Sure you can.
Yeah,
Sure
right.
you can.
What do you
Just can't
mean?
get
But I can
caught.
fit
Right.
through
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Double parking. I was doing double parking. I was that asshole or masshole.
Yeah. Still are.
But yeah. So, but I love it. I love how close I am to nature here. I love outdoors. I love that I can my son and I can easily go ski, snowboard, hunting, camping, whatever. Just the outdoor activities, and have so much water, like rivers, lakes. It's just beautiful, and seasons are beautiful here. I love it.
It's expensive, and
I get
taxes.
to hang out with this guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the real prize.
Taxes. We are having a proper CNY winter though this year.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
The last couple of years have not been.
No, they were nice. I
Yeah.
kind of missed
Yeah.
that, but you know.
This is the longest I think we've had snow on the ground.
Yeah, to get warm up and melt, but just how cold it's been, everything.
Oh yeah.
And we still got another 2.5 months of it, probably.
It's like oh.
Yeah, maybe April it turns like shitty gray and everything's wet and soupy. But then, you're towards the tail end of it then.
Wet and soupy.
Yeah, wet and soupy.
That's the terminology.
I used to live up until last July. I was on Downer Street. I was
Okay.
on the end by St. Mary's, and I could walk to work.
Yep.
And Tim and I got an apartment in Fulton, and I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
this commute just blows.
Yeah, because it's right in that kind of little snow belt area.
Yeah, there have been some rough drives in.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get it because he works from home. So I'm just kind of like, by the way,
Yeah.
I shoveled
Yeah.
in case you need to go out later.
Hint, hint, hint.
I have an idea for you. You have 2 cars.
We do, yes.
You disconnect the battery on one car. And then you're like, Tim, you got to drive me to work till we get this fixed.
Oh my God, he would kill me.
And then and then he'll
He'll
be
never
like,
find out. No one's going to
and
hear.
he'll be like, man, this driver sucks.
Yeah.
Well, Jennifer, is there anything you want to add or, where people can find you? If you have a website or Facebook?
I am actually on Facebook. I have my own business page. It's Fearless Fitness. That is actually where I get most of my traffic from. If you Google, I used to have a website, but it really wasn't drawing a lot of traffic. So Facebook's been my main thing. You can find me on there. You can send me a message anytime with any questions. For the last month, I've been doing the Friday Q&A. So anytime anyone wants to submit questions for me, they're anonymous, and I will pick 5, and I will answer them on Fridays, or if I completely forget, like I did this last week, Saturday. But yeah, I've had some really interesting questions, and
Any weird questions?
I wouldn't say weird, but one common theme was like, what are annoying fitness trends that are happening, either past or present, that you really can't stand? And I'm noticing that the one thing, although I guess it's been happening for a while, is these little videos that you see where it's like, oh, if you do this for 20 minutes a day, or if you do this for 5 minutes a day, like, you're going to get ripped.
Right.
And it's like, all right, look at the person in this video. That person is already ripped. It's like, and if you try to do anything for 5 minutes straight, oh my God, I remember reading an article about some trainer for the Stars, and so they made them do like squats, just body weight squats for 2 minutes. You try doing squats
For 5.
for 2 minutes, even 2 minutes, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
And there's always something that humbles you. When I was, in my late 20s, early 30s, doing the bodybuilding, doing the lifting all the time, I was such an arrogant asshole, and it's just, you find things that humble you. You could be a great athlete, you could play basketball like a superstar, and then you get in the gym or you get into a different sport and you try it and you're fumbling. It's just not what you're used to. And over the years, I've learned, especially working one-on-one with people, that not everybody, people are not the same as me. I've been doing this for a really, really long time. And there are people that have come in who have never picked up a weight in their life. And I just have to remember, you're just starting at ground zero, and it only gets better from there. And if you fall back, it's a journey. There's no real end goal to it. It's just you are trying to improve your physical health to make your life easier and better in the long run, and to keep things better as you get older. And
That's true. There's no end. Because if
No.
you stop, then you get worse. Then you got to get back on.
exactly.
Right? So I think it's a continuous.
Yeah, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
If you have an injury or a setback, I mean, I've seen people. It happens all the time in the gym, all the time, and it's just like, come on back, and we'll get you started again.
And you feel good too. Like when you have like a good workout, you feel like energized. Like,
Absolutely.
especially if you have a lot of like your job entails like a lot of tasks that need to be accomplished. The productivity level after the workout, I feel more productive. Like I'll get those emails busted through, I'll get these documents done. I'm like, let's go. Like, what's next?
I got nothing to offer here because I'm not fucking working out.
I thought you said it's a workout when you go to the fridge and the couch.
It's a mini workout.
Ah, okay.
I did it all before. It kind of, like you said, life gets in the way. Things change.
Maybe you can get some of your clients to do those videos where like, this is where I started with Jen, this is where I am now, and it was a great journey.
Like a progress video.
Yeah, like what are they called?
Time lapse.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a timeline or before and after type thing.
Yeah, like a review, but it's not a review. I forgot the name of it. But
I know what you're talking about, though.
yeah, and then you can just post that, like these stories that people were happy with what they've accomplished and the programs they've done, where they were, where they are now.
I would love to do it with Tim. I just don't know if he would let me.
Mm-hmm.
But he, even his chorus friends and his barbershop friends have all said that he looks great, and they're happy that he's going to be around for hopefully a very long
Yeah,
time.
he's got to feel phenomenal. I mean, just
Oh yeah.
every bit along the way.
Yeah, we did a 5K walk last summer. I told him, I said, I want to do one a year, just one a year. And he's like, we're never doing this again. I'm like, oh, no, it'll be so much better next year. So I've already told him that, yes, we are going to do it again in June. And
Well, one, he's confident, and then in the meantime, maybe any of your clients. Do you have like a QR code in your gym people can like scan and do like a review or a rating?
oh, no, I don't.
That would be cool. Like put that like on a glass door or something. Like
Oh,
give-
yeah.
give me a review
I never
or
even, that's a
something.
great idea.
and like they scan the QR code, goes straight to like your Google reviews.
Reviews, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You can leave Facebook reviews on the business page, too.
Nice.
So I do have some reviews there. I think I'm still at 5 stars. I hope I'm still at 5
Nice.
stars.
Probably not after this. Everybody's going to
Maybe
be like,
not.
fuck, you guys, you talk to them assholes?
Oh, we're gonna be the problem.
Yeah. But no, we definitely appreciate you coming in. I know we reached out and talked a little bit by email. And so you're a member of the chamber, right? The Baldwinsville Chamber?
Actually, I'm not.
Okay.
I was for the first year I was open. I was, and then I because I was still kind of starting out, I couldn't afford it. But I'm still very good friends with Marianne.
Okay.
I love her to death. She's a great person. The chamber is great. And I don't know whatever I was going with that. She's a great person. She does a lot for the community, and I know a lot of people in the community. And it's a great place to work. So I love what I do. I love where I am, and I'm hoping to do it as long as I possibly can. Love the location, and I really don't want to move my leg press machine again. So
Sounds good.
I've moved those before, and I had to bolt them down.
I had to move it twice, and I was like, I can't. I'll buy the building.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't want to move this thing again.
Yeah.
Well, when my physical therapy practice friend opened his gym, we had to go to Rochester to pick it up. And I was like, oh, we had to load this. Now we have to unload it.
Oh,
I think my ribs were touching when I was carrying the thing. That's how heavy it was. But don't forget the February special.
February special, 5 sessions for $100.
Yep.
You don't have to use them in February. You just need to purchase them anytime during the month of February. If you need to buy them now, use them later. That's fine. Once you buy the sessions, they're yours.
Yep.
They really don't expire.
Could they be a gift for somebody?
They could absolutely be a gift for somebody. I have gift certificates. I also donate gift certificates for charity events. If anybody needs one, I will be more than happy to mail it or drop it off. And
Excellent.
I do that too. So,
Well,
yeah.
That's great.
Jennifer, thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure. It's always
Thank
nice
you.
to meet local business owners here, and we love to get to know everybody and expand this relationship with the community here. And hopefully we can also help people to grow as well.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Thank
Anytime.
you. I hope you can come back sometime.
Oh, I'd love to.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.